My wife was an honors student growing up. I was in remedial classes, yet I find her to be fascinatingly slow at pretty much every daily task. How is this possible? A lot of academic success comes from working hard. Also, people are smart in different ways. My uncle is a retired doctor. Absolute genius. He did guest lectures, helped on difficult diagnosis. I could brag about him forever. But he couldn't make his way out of a wet paper bag. He's absolutely useless in tactical hands-on problem solving, and everyday household chores. Basically, if he had to survive in the blue-collar world, he'd win the Doofus of the Year award every year. There are schools of psychology that recognize at least 9 different types of intelligence. Being able to do math is a different kind of intelligence than, say, being able to use the 5 remotes needed to get an entertainment system going, playing the guitar, or building a table. Sometimes people just have different speeds at which they do things. Maybe she's overthinking daily tasks and has trouble making the decisions necessary. Here's another possible explanation. My daughter was recently seen by a psychologist for an autism screening. In doing this, we had to go over her previous testing and do additional testing. My daughter has a very high intelligence, IQ, but what they call very slow processing speed. It's way below the average person's score. This means she is capable of doing things well, like solving a mental puzzle. For example, she can solve ones that a lot of people can't, and she can do high-level math, but she's very slow at doing it, getting the answer. So maybe your wife is extremely smart, but just physically slow at tasks. That's not incompatible. Book learning does not necessarily translate into life skills. The gifted program was basically just special ed for high-functioning ADHD kids. Being accomplished at book learning and test taking does not always mean someone can navigate the complexity of real life. I'm pretty smart academically but struggle immensely with executive functioning. Being intelligent doesn't mean being highly efficient in every aspect of life. Slow when it comes to intelligence doesn't mean literally slow. I can write a killer essay and I carried a 4.0 in graduate school, but doing the dishes takes an eternity because more often than not I end up staring at the wall, stuck in my thoughts. Same with laundry. Same with running errands. I often make basic arithmetic errors unless I write the problem down. It's not that I'm thinking slowly, lol, it's more like my thoughts are rapid and jumbled and often overwhelming in pace and variety. Edit. I stand corrected. The report was me quoted. Let's call it one of the hardest. I scored super high on standardized tests and graduated in the top 5 of high school. My wife had a B average. Fast forward to college, which I did not complete. I didn't know how to study and had no self-discipline. My wife completed her bachelor's in nursing, considered by gynaecologists to be the hardest bachelor's degree to achieve. She went on to be a clinical manager at a level I trauma unit. My wife can keep someone alive with 6 tubes and 10 monitors. She can't copy a URL from her phone. I work in tech at a pretty high level of a major company, but never finished my degree. Isn't life amazing? What kind of tasks? Maybe she just doesn't give a f about whatever tedious drudgery she's doing at home? Although I feel this question is more about you proving some point about how amazing you really were at school than it is about her. As Ursula K. Le Guin wrote in her seminal text *Cat Wings*, owl thinks slowly, but owl thinks long. Intelligence is multifaceted, and many people who are extremely intelligent in certain ways, knowing many different pieces of information, good memory, critical thinking, writing fluency, etc., may struggle in quick thinking or the parts of executive functioning that require switching between tasks thoughts. You and your wife are adept at different types of intelligence. You are good at making quick decisions, and it sounds like she is better at thinking through problems ideas when she has ample time to work through an idea. Slow as this takes a long time, or slow as in dumb as a box of rocks slow? Oof, flaming your partner on Reddit. Do I smell undiagnosed ADHD? Several things are happening. It's a lot easier to look smarter in a small rural school. I was 12th in my class, which sounds good until you find out there were only 108 students in my class. Grades are highly susceptible to effort but not highly impacted by processing speed. Also depends on what you mean by slow. Could be taking a long time to initiate the task, taking lots of mini breaks during the task, or physically moving slowly. I see two main reasons. The first being that there are different kinds of intelligent. I was school smart, good at math and humanities, but I'm a complete failure when it comes to sewing, knitting or putting an IKEA closet together. Second, perfectionism. Many people who are school smarts are also perfectionists. They work very hard and in great detail, because they're expected, by others or themselves, to know everything. And then you work more slowly. Like what daily tasks? What you call slow might just be what others call thorough. Hard work conquers all. She is an honor roll student because she was very focused on doing the work. Daily tasks have nothing to do with school smarts. I can solve an integral in my head that most people don't even recognize as math because it's all letters and few numbers. However, I would spend all day building an IKEA shelf that someone else could do in a couple hours. Daily tasks equals intellectual ability. Maybe she does everything mindfully and with careful focus? Seems like it would have helped her excel academically.